Howdy, y'all. My name is Bryce, and welcome back to some more Blueprints. All right, y'all. It's day 21. Stuff should be cheap. I gotta remember. If the note that I read forever ago is true, days 20 and 21, things are supposed to be cheaper. So let's jump into it. Now, it is, if you were there at the end of my last episode, it is 1:03 p.m. on April the 20th of 2025. If that's how it works, all right, in the shelter, for the shelter, what do you call it? Safe, in that it's based off of real time, aka my clock on my computer. Then if we can go draft that sucker, then maybe that thing will be open. So let's kind of hope that we pull the shelter again. Otherwise, I mean, I guess we'll see what's there, because there might be some still that we haven't grabbed. Okay, what you got for me? Dang, no shelter. Okay. Well then, with no shelter, the hovel could potentially really help us get to the end by being able to turn moves into gems, essentially, when it comes to opening doors. That could be very good. Okay. All right, what you got here? Notice of termination. Okay, we've heard about Mr. Ravane before. Yeah, I think it actually was that Miss Babbage, was talking crap about him for going away in the car. That's right, going away in the car. Mr. Ravane, your half-hearted dedication and maintenance of the grounds have been greatly appreciated. However, I regret to inform you that your services as the groundskeeper at Mount Holly will no longer be required, effective immediately. This decision has been made after careful consideration and is based upon repeated observations and documented instances of neglect in the performance of your duties. The state of the green rooms in particular has deteriorated significantly over the last few months, which reflects poorly on the rest of the staff. You are required to vacate the hovel by the 20th of March, ensuring all tools and equipment belonging to the estate are returned to the tool shed in good condition. Your final wages will be settled promptly upon completion of these instructions. We thank you for your time and service and wish you the best in your future endeavors. Okay. Very interesting. So then I'm wondering, are there tools around? Where it was like, oh, look. Oh, y'all. We're only down one. Oh, boy. Well, now the question is, where's the last one? Because the first one, I think, was in the mine, so there might still be something we have to unlock. By the way, I have now read your comments from the most recent episode that went out, which was... not the most recent one, but I see that. The ones from the weekend, from Sunday. And all I'll say is I know that many of you are upset about the drawing room, all right? I'll just say that. I understand now. I understand. Also, people out there, please don't spoil things to the best of your ability. Oh, hold on. What? 45292. Coincidence? 45 minus 2 times 9. Wait, hold on. Because yellow is subtract. 9 is divide. 2 is multiply. So 45 times 2 is 90. Divided by 9 is 10. Minus 2 is 8. Is that what I'm reading there? 45 rooms times 2 something divided by 9 times 2. Is that how many rooms there are? Where is room 46? 7590 tested my full house theory. No luck as expected. So full house probably being you literally fill each room, but no luck as expected. Antechamber sealed. Well, I think we know the 46th room is up here, actually. Right? Right? Okay, so 2 starting rooms, 9 ranks, so 9 there. 9 times 2 is how we get up to the 45. Okay, interesting. Actually, let me double check. Did I take a picture of that? Let's just double check. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Got a spinning wheel. Okay. What I was wondering is, like, you know, because it said get all of the tools into the tool shed by the 20th. Well, it's the 21st in game, so I was wondering if, it said you'll receive your final paycheck after that. So maybe there's money around if there's not tools. But it looks like no luck in terms of things to grab, unless I'm, like, missing something over here. Can I get a broom? No. I think we, unfortunately, are not getting any items out of here, but we can now use the moves to open gem doors, so that's nice. So what we really, really, really want to do then is bedrooms. We want, what do you call it? The, like the commissary, the dining room, all that stuff. We want... I would love to get the thing, I forget what it was that I got, which room it was, but it was use gems to reroll. So then if I could use moves to reroll, or to open doors, and then use gems to reroll, then I think that that would be pretty great. I'm now also remembering this. The ace... And what else was it? The ace and what else? Let me look it up. Let me look it up. Maybe it's telling me which direction to go. Okay. We saw this at some point. It was talking about the art. It talked about in the first room, ace something. So if I pull up my gallery, sorry, like going through all of this is a lot. Face ace, right? Wasn't it that? Something like that? The rooms that rhyme? The things that rhyme? So... I'm just looking through here again. Through all my notes. Face and ace is what it says. Damage in the shelter, so that was after that. Sturdy study, no. Face ace, yes. If you know it's possible with so little time left, but I need to remember to ask Anne if we can commission new artwork for all of the rooms of the house. We need them produced in sets of 2, a pair for each room. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm thinking. I'm likely delusional to think this can be pulled off by Thursday. So 2 rhymey-wimey ones in each room. So, face and ace is this direction. So let's go with that for now, because there's an ace up here, right? And there's a face card over here, face and ace. So then from there, between these two, Nook has 1 key, billiard room has at least 1 key. Let's go do some more math that involves flipping square roots and crap, and I can just guess again. I haven't read y'all's feedback on that one. I just don't know what I was missing up there. All right, 2, 4 squared, right? It's 16, right? Oh God. So we're gonna say that the square root of 8, the negative square of 8 is 2. Is what I'm getting. Oh, no. So 11 minus 2. Oh, this is the same as last time, right? Let's see. Is that 9? Yeah, okay. Excuse me. We're just going to say 4 squared, but if it's 4 times 4 squared, that's a lot. 12 minus 11 is 1. Times 4 squared would be 16, because it can't be 64 or whatever, right? Yeah. I'm so confused. The one that I goofed, I am so confused. All right, we got a silver key, so that's a key plus. All right, let's look at art. Tree and pin, pine and something. Don't know. Okay. In pairs. What could this be? Pin and something. I mean, pin, pin and pine, but that's not how it works, right? I think they need to rhyme. Okay. Oh, bedroom. Oh, or code check with the floppy disk. Ooh. I think we go with that. So here's my reasoning. We'll grab it, and if we get to the point where we have to turn back around, then we will. My thinking is we're getting these so early on, and we're going to just take whatever room with a computer we can get as soon as we can. And if we end up at the end of this, or if I end up at a distance to where I'm about to not be able to put it back, abandon run, put this back. That is the plan. Because the meta upgrades are the way. Okay. I am still so confused by the one... Yeah. Okay. Next room. 6 moves is what it costs. Or hallway. Interesting. Well, I mean, the hallway is better than that. So 6 moves. So the passageway usually costs 2, I think. So maybe 3 per gem, maybe? So it is significant. Ooh, look at that. That's awesome. So now there will be a key on there just every time, I guess. Okay, now I could do the passageway if I want, or the chapel, but it doesn't go northward. Let's do the passageway. I don't want to do too much of room wasting, but like the passageway is a great one to have in this lane. Can't do the weight room. That ruins everything. Archives. Here we go. We love the Magnus Archives. Any of y'all out there, because I know there's some of y'all who are new to the channel, who've been enjoying this series. Thanks so much for watching it, and welcome on over. Big horror fan. I talk a lot about a series, a podcast, called The Magnus Archives. Fantastic. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend going and checking out the Magnus Archives. The first episode is called The Anglerfish. Absolutely worth it. Oh, y'all. My guess? Stage? And Sage? Well, it doesn't look like Sage to me. Does it? Sage is like a little plant. It was worth a shot. All right, let's go northward first because it's probably going to cost a key. Yeah. Oh, let's do special key. Yeah. Long hallway, hopefully. Ooh, the Cloister's 9. The dark room. We know your guy loves that one. So let's go with then... Like, I mean, I could get the dark room now and then we go back and see if we get the stuff. Like, it helps. We want to get the security room anyways, and if we want to get the security room, we want to get the breaker box. Security room would allow me to use the floppy disk. So, yeah. Let's try that. You cannot see the floor plans while drafting. We'll do that. My favorite room, as the game knows. The boudoir would not be bad. The dining room would be great. Yeah. Okay. We really want the nursery. Well, there's the boudoir again. There's the library, which would give us a book. We don't know which direction this would go. We do know the boudoir would be helpful. We could still go up from the dining room, so I don't have to go that way. Part of me thinks library... I mean, boudoir is a lot of moves. It's 6 moves, which is not bad. Plus a gem. And maybe more, but at least 6 moves and a gem. Library, we could read the book that we haven't seen yet, so we got lore focus here. And you get rarer floor plans from it. So I kind of want to go with the library. Boudoir was safe. Library has potential. All right, what do we got going on here? A sightseer's guide to Reddington. Simon P. Jones. Is this today's date? Because I'm Simon? Let me take a picture of that. Okay. A modest account of the town by Sir Andrew Darrell. Third largest city in Fen Aries, site of its former capital, Reddington is synonymous with mountains, mystery, and magic. Most tourists head straight for the boardwalk and don't get much further than the botanical gardens. However, Reddington has much more to offer. Spectacular scenery, a historic castle, and a charming underground bazaar reward visitors who wish to explore further. Reddington is that type of unique, enchanting place that lingers in your mind and memories long after you leave her. Okay, we got Holly here. We got the Botanical Gardens, Reddington's most popular attraction and a guaranteed crowd pleaser. The Botanical Gardens is loved by both locals and visitors for its Ageron or something canopy house and mausoleum. Its petal-covered trails and a mind-boggling variety of flowers. This is the reason springtime in Reddington's busy season, or is. Situated just east of town, the Botanical Gardens offer a scenic and captivating tableau of the natural countryside. A cobblestone trail meanders past over 1,000 species of tropical plants, each remarkable in its own right, yet even more stunning set against the spectacular backdrop of the Reddington Mountains. Allow yourself at least an hour to indulge in this picturesque walk, which concludes at Mainway Station. All right, just looking around to see, would there be anywhere you would think you could zoom in and see something? I don't think so. Ooh, Elex X Survey. Let's definitely get that. A specimen of holly unique to Reddington's mountains. That's gotta matter, right? Oh, whoops. Featherfall Keep, you'll find sitting at the base of Mount Perma, Reddington's second highest summit, a historic site described by scholars as significantly important to the realm's past. Featherfall Keep, the former house of Lord William Epson, has until recently always been a private residence, serving as a family home to the Epsons since before the Third Era, the Epsons. After the death of Lord Epson, his oldest son Lionel Epson left the estate, never to return. However, the daughter stayed, maintaining the residence and its staff until her marriage in 1951. At that point, Featherfall Keep ceased to be a family residence and began operating as a historic house museum and tourist attraction, and the estate was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1972. Whoops. It is still believed by many that Featherfall was built by the first king of Arinda, Ares, when Reddington was still the capital. However, surface documents containing conflicting dates have recently cast some doubt on the long-standing myth. Close your eyes and imagine tranquil, serene stillness, rolling fogs, clear water, and gliding swans. In the midst of all that beauty sits Trinsdale Lake, one of Fen Airie's premier vacation destinations, exclusive for its more privileged citizens. The lakeside resort and cabins have been frequented by royalty and the realm's gentry for generations. However, on the southern shore of the lake, tourists are free to enjoy the views and rub elbows with the rich and famous in the 100 Bells Tea Room, which is open to the general public for lunch on Mondays and Fridays. Mount Holly. Okay, at an elevation of 11,220 feet. We're reading it all now, y'all. Mount Holly is the tallest mountain in the Reddington Range and the highest peak in the entire realm. Beyond the physical challenge itself, climbing Mount Holly Trail is a beautiful experience and one that many hikers and explorers will want to do at least once. It's only a few hours from Reddington to get to the trailhead, and you won't need any local guides or special gear if you tackle the trail during the summer season. However, those willing to give this mountain a significant amount of planning and research will be greatly rewarded, whether or not they actually summit. On the opposite side of the peak, far from the trail, rests the estate of Mount Holly, nestled between the summit's northern slope and saddle. This 80-acre mountain residence is almost as old as Reddington itself. However, unlike Featherfall Keep, the property has been completely private since the closing of the Mount Holly Schoolhouse in '66. The schoolhouse closed in '66. Okay. But then that would be when this... No, that would be when it was a schoolhouse. Okay. Still, hikers will be able to appreciate the house's unique architecture at a distance from one of the trail's many north-facing overlooks. Okay, I'm yawning after this one, y'all. All right, Mainway Station Bazaar. For the sentimental tourists wishing to pick up a souvenir to remember their stay, one might try braving the Mainway Station Bazaar. But don't be too hasty. Without proper guidance, the Mainway Station could be a dangerous place. Located underground, this unique marketplace was once Reddington's central railway station, in a time when the Realms trains were still in service. Now the turnstiles, footbridge, and platform have been appropriated and turned into a cavern of tents and torches. Ooh. Whether you're bargain hunting, looking for adventure, or finding a memento to commemorate your visit, the Mainway Station Bazaar will be a worthy conclusion to your sightseeing adventure in Reddington. Okay, thoughts. Underground. So this could be connected to underneath the fountain, is what I'm thinking. So maybe we'll see some of this under the fountain. Or, you know, just a guess. Whoops, wrong way. Oh, we got ourselves a little map. Okay. Well, let's take a picture of that. Half the time I take pictures, it's because I want to be able to be like, oh, was there something on there that I need to bring the magnifying glass to? Okay, and that's the end of the book. You know, I'm not sure if these books are all just lore or if they've got some relevant stuff in them. But, yeah. Oh, hey. Maybe card and car? I don't know if that works. Use. What you got for me? A ton of money. Okay. Kinda not the happiest about that, but it's fine. Okay. Well, now the library, we've got to head backwards. Ooh, the foyer. Hallway doors are always unlocked, which is always nice. That's 6 moves. And this goes backwards. So it's like, let's go for the archived one. It's free. Let's see what we get. Oh, it's the, no! Well, you know what? We're only like 20 minutes in. We're going to tank this run. We're going to look in here for, oh. So there's a way to turn off or heat up the freezer. Because look at all these items. Oh, wait. Yeah, because there's that frozen key, which I didn't have a key, but there's that frozen there. There's 2 gems frozen here, which I thought could maybe represent my gems, but maybe not. Not for staff use. It's for personal use. How do I heat you up? I don't... Oh! Y'all. In the breaker room, there is one more power switch that we don't have a switch for. But could that be the power to this room? Yeah, okay, it says on the side the degrees, right? And we have that in the laboratory. There is the sheet that shows the curves, right? And so maybe we need to get it to that sweet spot where like underneath it, it was like, doesn't affect something, right? Freezing related stuff. But something else. And so then I think that would open this door. Yeah. Crow and row. Gotta be crow and row on that one. Like, if it's not... What? Raven and Staven? Is that Staven? No. Okay. Well, like I said, this is a great... Oh! And one of the chess pieces. Interesting. I think that's probably just lore. Okay. Well then, let's... Well, gotta go back. That's our only options. So I won't be able to use any of my gems or my money, right? So, yeah, this will be a run that ends pretty quickly, I think. So, like, yeah, let me do this. Because I think I'm not going to be able to get any more of any of these, right? Yeah, my money did not go up. My keys did go up. But my gems did also not go up. So money and gems are done, though. So we're in Trubs, bubs. Well, let's go across the archives. We'll just play around, you know, like... Maybe we'll find some other lore-related stuff, or, you know, we'll just reach the end of something. Like, let's go observatory and move our stars forward. But like I said, I'm just gonna be blasting through this. We'll see if we can find anything unique, but then we're just gonna go to the next day. Farmer's apple. Apples are delicious. And the slice. Plus 3 moves. Okay. The kitchen or the boudoir? Well, the kitchen will be a terminal. The archive plan, who knows? And the boudoir is the boudoir. Let's do the archive. You know, let's risk it. Okay. The den. Gem is useless. Oh, it connects to the dark room, right? Lavatory, closet, archive. All right. Well, there's a key. Oh, and there's a chest. So I could open the chest, but I feel like it's just as likely that the chest doesn't contain a key and contains other stuff, and I don't want that. Aquarium costs 3 moves. Let's do it. Why not? Okay, nothing there. Ooh, these doors are so cute. Okay. Like I said, we're just blasting through this. We're just blasting through. Let's go with the archive again. You never know. Okay, power room. Was there something? Oh, dark room at least. Off. On. Off. On. This is cabinet. Okay. Plain and pane? Plain and like a window pane? Or plain and stain, like stained glass. It's also broken. Still very curious about that. Okay. So the dark room's the only way that I can go forward. Okay, that's locked. Okay, cool. So because I drafted it, I didn't have to actually come into the room and trip it. You just have to wait until it's drafted to do that. We've seen all these before, yeah? Oh, gosh, that's right. That's right. I wanted to zoom in on this. Hold on, I'm going to use my eyeballs. I can't tell if on the left it's just an H or if it's like 2 letters. And I don't know what the other one says. So we'll have to... I got to come back in the dark room. I got to remember that dark room with the magnifying glass. Because there might be something on here. That might be valuable. Although maybe that's still on the tree out there. No, that's the tree from the stump. That's the stump. Yeah. Oh. Well, now that I can see that the door is that kind of makes me have some problems. Okay. So then, down to the passageway. But the thing about this that's kind of nice... Well, there's that. Oh! The foundation. Yo! That's new. Does not reset each day. What in the world? I can't fall. What? Okay, I mean, let's spend a little bit of time in here. So clearly, we can lower this elevator thing. And if we can get in it, then maybe we can go deeper, which would probably be into those tunnels we were just learning about. I don't see anything that can be interacted with. There are some spots to shovel. And then there's these beams. Okay, let me just take a sec. Jeez, y'all. This is something. Huh. Well, we'll go through this door, but like... Gotta get a good view for a thumbnail, you know, because you know exactly what's going in the thumbnail. Okay. Give me something. While drafting, I can spend gems to redraw floor plans up to 8 times. Well, I can't do that. It's good to remember that this is the study. Oh god, y'all. I need to make it back to code check. Let's do the guest bedroom. Just to make sure I have enough moves to do what I'm trying to do. Oh, the magnifying glass. Let's go back up into the dark room. Let's look across the passageway real quick and see what we can get there. But I really want to go to the dark room. I luckily got my more moves, you know. Well, gems don't matter. That's right. Rumpus room. I get a lot of money, but money I can't use, so we'll do the archived room. Okay. Again, money. I don't see... I'm trying to, like... I can't see if there's a fruit over there. I don't see one. I feel like it's right there generally, so we're not gonna worry about that. So let's then... Let's go up to the dark room first. Let's just see. Yeah. 11:28. Well, hell yeah! See, they really do make it where it's like, no. You can't just look at this and, like, take a picture with your smartphone and zoom in. Literally, that 11:28 gets overlaid when you look over it like this. That's what happens. Like, that is contained within the magnifying glass's data. Okay, cool. So that's something. Let me look around here again real quick if there's any other thing. So these are the maids. Which one of them's Miss Babbage? Probably this one. And that one's out of focus. Anything? Because I think I've looked at these before. I think that's just an out of focus picture. Okay, she's in the office. There's like the urn. Is there anything else in here that's like an indicator? Part of me thinks that, like, this is to show you, like, hey, look at that. That's open. Okay. Because that's the thing, is some of this stuff could be clues for our stuff that we've already done, you know? Syncoco. Okay. Oh. Green memos found in Hartley's room are always false. Huh. All right, we're going to take a picture of that Hartley's room, which is maybe the room behind us there? Behind them there? Green memos found in Hartley's room are always false. Because the thing is, if something's false, but it's like, oh, it's false, it could mean, like, it tells you something true by knowing that that is false, if that makes sense. Kind of like with the boxes that I get wrong all the time. Okay, we need the key card to leave there. So, the last things we're doing, we're coming down to the entrance hall. We'll see what we can get out this way. And I've just got to pay attention to my moves and count how many I'm going to need to get back to the coat check. Because I do not want to lose. Like, bridge and marriage is what I want to say there. But bride and stride, I don't know. Okay. So, from here, it's 2 moves. It's 2 moves from the entrance hall, so I would need 3 while I'm standing here, I think. Because you can't do anything on 0. So you need to be in a room on 1. Kitchen, lavatory, archive, floor plan. Well, I can't use any of my money, right? So the kitchen doesn't help me. Okay. This isn't a hallway that has a key, though. Well. Well. I think this was our last room, right? Because we didn't find a key card. So it's kind of like, what? Oh, that's like a pudding or a flan. And oh, dessert and desert? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Or is that the red herring? It's like pray and pray or prayer or I don't know. Crowbar or just bar. I'm going to be so obsessed with the paintings for a little while. Okay, there's no other rooms that we can open, right? Other than the dark room, but we don't have a key card. We don't have the security room. So I think we've done everything I can do. The freezer kind of messed with me. And then, oh, the aquarium. But I don't think I'm going to make it back to the aquarium. So we're going to go ahead and recoat check this sucker. Upgrade disk. Upgrade disk has been checked. Exit. Okay. Bat and bath. Is that how all this works? I'm so curious. Because, like, I don't know. But, we don't have enough moves to get anywhere really useful. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to call it a day. I was able to save the disk, so that's kind of the most important thing. And it was that freezing my money and my gems early on is what got me. There were so many rooms that became useless to me at that point. All right, the rustic villa, only 22 rooms. Okay. Well, let's do another one. That wasn't super long, and, you know, maybe we can get the nuclear bunker again. So let's go for that. And then this, right, I probably need to make this the last one I record for today. I could keep going all day long, but I have other stuff I got to do. I got videos to edit. I need to do an episode of Dungeon Crawler today, which y'all probably already saw, which was the Easter one, because today is Easter, as well as 420, as well as, I mean, there's so much happening on today. My goodness. Okay. Oh! That's what it means by it doesn't change. The foundation is now going to be there like forever. Unless it's only on one day. Does not reset each day. Wow. Okay, well then. How interesting. How interesting. That's a dangerous one to get if you get it in the wrong place. Like if I put it on this side, then it's only a straight shot. Still, the fact that you can go forward, and I bet it always points northward, is valuable. Maybe not. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. Let's go see. I really hope it's the bunker, just so I can test the theory and get it out of my brain. Otherwise, like I said, I'm going to have to do math from the first episode or whatever to figure out which one it is. Oh, and then we should go do the code on the other thing. Shrine. Oh, here we go. Shelter. Make an offering, receive a I want to so badly, but I have to test the theory. Because it's been over an hour. It is 1:42, so it has been 2 hours. And it's been open for 40. Nope. Okay. So then it's in-game time. Time lock safe. Be accessed by setting an unlock date and time. So I don't know. So we're just going to set a random date. We're going to say, so in the game, I think it's November. I think it is whatever number day it says it is. I don't know. We're going to say the 20, if today is the in-game 22nd, I think, let's just say the 24th, 1 p.m. Doesn't matter. I don't think. Confirm. Because I can always come back in here and change it if I learn some more information about it later. Okay. If I get my key or my floppy disk, I can come back there if we need to. It's nice to be able to be like, okay, I have a computer from the beginning. But let's go over to the apple orchard. We'll try the date. I might have had that date before, now that I think about it. But that 4-digit code might be for a different one as well. It could be for in the office. You know, I should try 1128 on everything if it doesn't work here. So I actually need to... I'm going to pull out my dry erase. We're wasting a bunch of moves to do this, but, you know, you got to waste moves to make moves? 1128. Okay. So I was doing that one-handed. Let's see. Because I think the last one of the flame things is in here. Nope, this way. 1, 1, 2, 8. Yo! Okay, things are happening. Hold on, let me put the lid back on my pen so I can focus. Okay. The apple orchard has been permanently unlocked and added to your campsite. Starting tomorrow, you will start each day with an extra 20? Yo! Huge. Huge. Okay. So, let's just look at everything. I think, yeah, there's the last thing, I think. What are you about? This to me suggests something underground, you know? There's a couple of them. Okay. I'm gonna hit ya. Don't you worry. We got a sundial. Is this what's supposed to tell me what time of day it is? Right? I don't know how a sundial works. It's like, does the top point up? Or does it point that way? I don't know about sundials. I just know that it's one or the other. I think it's probably this way. And so then it's pointing at what? It's like 2? Because like if each, you know, if this is or is it a dodecahedron? Or a dodecagon? I don't know what you call it. Okay. What do we got? Gardener's Logbook. April 10th, 92 to blank, right? We're taking pictures, y'all. We're taking pictures. Okay, when I first came to the estate in the capacity of the new groundskeeper, I was a little dismayed to find that my predecessor had kept no notes, no logbook, and no record of any kind regarding the various gardens and green rooms in the house under his care. As a result of this improvidence in the first few months of my post, I suffered a number of embarrassing professional blunders that I believe could have been avoided with even a few scraps of imparting wisdom from the previous groundsman. To that end, I will make an effort to make some record of my dealings on the estate in as much as it pertains to horticulture and general tomfoolery. Robert Nogula, groundskeeper. Among my many commissioned duties, I have been tasked with the conservation oversight of Mount Holly's alluring grounds. My domain stretches from gate to gate and encompasses the apple orchard, entrance drive, and east yard. Fortunately for my workload, the maintenance of the west grounds has not been a priority since Lady Epson's death and the ensuing closure of the west wing. Nevertheless, I take some pride in my work, so I still endeavor to brush the west path weekly, even if none but myself take notice. In addition to maintaining the grounds, there are 8 green rooms with the house that require some level of upkeep and light groundskeeping. The majority of these I discovered are only draftable on the perimeter of the house. That's what I said! Along the east and west wings, the terrace, patio, veranda, morning room, greenhouse, and secret garden all fall within this category. Morning room, greenhouse, and secret garden. The soil... Whoa! Yo! Okay. Different rooms are more or less valuable when it comes to placing green rooms. That's what I think we're learning. One of the first tasks I undertook as groundskeeper was to conduct a survey of the various plots of soil underneath each slot on both the east and west wings of the house. And while I would have preferred a full survey of all 45 plots of the house, it was clear that the inconvenience such an undertaking would produce was in no way worth the extra data, especially considering the rooms that would benefit from the survey only ever appear on the wings. To quantify soil quality, I measured the soil's capacity to support crop growth and maximize the promise of high yields. The survey ended up taking 2 weeks due to some difficulty reaching the higher ranks, but the project was well worth the effort. As suspected, the room position has a direct relationship to the amount of fruit spread from gardens and the amount of flowers that can bloom in a greenhouse. Neat. Neat. Smudge pots. A few years ago, the Baron made the long overdue decision to switch from gas lighting to electrical power. The installation of the new system was a substantial undertaking, as almost every room in the house had to be equipped with new fixtures and wiring. Thankfully, these renovations did not extend beyond the mansion's interior, and all of the lamps and equipment used outside of the house are still connected and powered by gas line, including but not limited to the orchard's smudge pots. Smudge found among the apple trees here in the orchard are critical necessity thanks to the cold temperatures and high altitude of the estate. These gas-burning stack heaters prevent frost and should be kept on during the winter months to ensure a daily yield of apples. When the smudge are not in use, the orchard's gas line should be turned off to conserve resources for the estate's other gas-powered machinery and appliances. Oh. After a few months of idleness, I finally have a new cause to champion, and I have submitted a request for a change of scenery. Specifically, I would like to replace the statue of Orinda, currently in the cloister, with the much more appropriate angel Rinna. After all, as beautiful as the statue is, shouldn't the greenery of Mount Holly be governed by the paragon of gardening? Though amused, I do not think Anne took the request too seriously, though she did humor me, and listened to me rave and pontificate on the subject for the better part of our lunch yesterday. Oh, goodness, these make me yawn. I'm tired. And she wonders why I avoid tending the cloister. Truth be told, I have forgotten how to access the inner garth and am too scared of chastisement to probe for the particulars for a third time. My best rendition, pretty good considering I have only ever seen Rinna's depiction in the chapel. Okay. Took a picture of that. So Rinna is the gardening god, specifically the one with, like, the plow, I think is what that's supposed to be. Or is it a hoe? Okay. Anything else around here? No, I think that's that. Okay. We got some lore. Anything else around here before we hit the thing and see something big probably happen? I'm assuming that's what this is, but I mean, looks like it, right? Oh, baby. What happens now? What's going on? There's the mountain. There's the... Oh! Charlie's glass elevator. Yo. What is happening? Things, they are a-changing, y'all. My goodness. Meta progression, y'all. Who cares about anything else? Let's figure this out. Shoot, because of how long this is taking, I might not even do a run. We might just see whatever this is and go from there, you know? Might have to end the day and just we miss out on whatever day this is. Yeah, there will be a couple of days that are just... I skip them because we start them and then it's like, well, but I don't want to actually do a run. I just wanted to see something, you know? Well, now. Yo. What is happening? Oh, I'm hyped. Like I said, Charlie's glass elevator, y'all. Oh, what is in here? Is this going to get us into the mines and then we can bust out the top? What is here? Oh, okay. Okay, we got a mining hat. Just looking around before we look at the thing. Okay. Foreman's log. Date 7/2/19... Oh, that's a while back. All right. Excavation department. Taking a picture. As our client Thomas Sinclair suspected, the arches that were visible from the south cliff were part of a much longer arcade carved into the rock face. Last week, when our crew first arrived, only 2 supporting pillars were visible. But after only a few days of clearing vines, moss, and dirt, we have uncovered a dozen more. Whoops. Our exploration so far has been limited and entirely superficial, as every shaft we surveyed has ended abruptly, and every promising path leading deeper into the mountain has been blocked by tunnels packed tight with soil, rock, and debris. This site is either much older than we had first assumed, or someone deliberately had these chambers buried. Ooh. And that predates a lot of our stuff. That's 1915, so, like, a lot of the stuff we've been hearing about was in, like, maybe the 30s, maybe the 60s or 50s, you know? Oh, y'all. It is such a weird-looking mountain, by the way. Like, mountains don't do that and go in. You know what I mean? Just because the sheer amount of weight and mass, I don't think... Like, there's a limit. Unless, depending on what that's made out of. I just think there's something going on there. Okay. Like, maybe. There are certain geological features that are shocking in how they work. Ooh. We'll come back through there in a second. But it doesn't look... I don't think I've ever seen a mountain like that before. Okay, and then one of these doors. Okay. Oh, I'm using up moves, huh? Let's see. Oh, wow. Foreman's copy. Do not move from site. This is Fenn and Aries, Robert Byrd and Sons, 1905. Realm and Something. Sigils of the Past and Present, we're assuming, by Professor R. Willard. Yo. The first era found something, either of a natural something, resulting from the creations of blank, were accustomed to record various signs with the aid of. They did this in order that the blank of their realm might not be understood by strangers, maybe secrets. Historically speaking, sigils are not a new tradition. They have been found in every era and every culture and predate both written text and heraldic arts. Excuse me. However, today, when we use the term sigil, we are referring specifically to realm sigils, those crude circular marks of designation found on royal artifacts, buildings, and other documents. This book was written to make simple the understanding of these fascinating glyphs, and to clearly display the correlation between each sigil and the iconography of the realm's royal art. How is the image of a leafless burning tree seen in geometric lines, and what does that tell us of a kingdom's history? Each line, each circle, and each variation tells a story of the land. Even the adorned borders around the sigils have special meaning. What? Okay, well, we are certainly taking pictures of this stuff. Okay, the sigil. To understand a realm sigil, we must first dismantle the symbol, identify the individual elements that make up the whole. The core, the dividing lines, called rays, the motes, which look like those are the symbols, or like the runes, maybe, and the border. Yeah, okay. The core. Oh, we need to find other pages or make assumptions. Okay, taking a picture. At the center of each sigil is a unique shape, different for each realm. If the core gives us a name, then the rest of the sigil tells us the history behind that name. Still, it is important to be able to identify and distinguish the core as a first step in deciphering any sigil, as all the other parts are meaningless if we don't first know the place we are describing. All other parts are meaningless if we don't first know the place we are describing. Several examples from well-known something. Orin, Fi, Ko, R. The thing is if that's how that works, then probably having those first letters is enough, depending on when we get here. The rays. Something from the core will come, expanding lines, splitting in sigil from one sigil to another. They differ in number, style, and blank. The differences in these immediately reveal several things of the realm. I'm assuming it's because there's like hatches on the other one. And this is counting the blank of the sigil will reveal something, transportation, where they are maybe like seen on ships or have employed something in the expansive. Okay. Ship routes, rays on these are the directions of the rows. So like a compass. Carriages here look like a map. This looks like there's a map. Rough trails, some rays, however, we can figure for galloping. So four rays for horses, maybe. Oh, okay. You know what? Let's do a picture on this one. So here's the thought. Here's the thought on this. If this is 4, then maybe 3 is for carriages, right? Something like that. 2 is for ship routes. We don't know what 1 would be. Or 1 is for ship routes, 2 is for carriages, 3 is for rough trails. Another, however, 4 rays is for galloping on trails. So rough trails and then cleaner trails. 5 for locomotion, used for realms that relay track-based travel. That's what I'm guessing that means. That's my guess. Okay. Wavy lines are used to indicate extreme heat. A rainy realm is indicated with rains. Okay. With rays of 3 lines pouring down. For more extreme stormy weather, there's like a lightning bolt, essentially. A dotted rain is snow, and a curved one is wind. Okay. Motes. Oh boy, there's so many. Okay. Motes. On each sigil, floating between the rays, are small figures called motes. From the sigil, we can tell the type of society a given realm proclaimed, if they considered themselves mighty in arms or blessed by artistic and economic fortune. So, the Sword of Asterix is tribal, hunter-gatherers. I'm going to call that a seed, is agricultural. The fangs, we'll call that, are martial. The new document symbol is metropolitan, so a large city-state. Academic is the 3 lines. Okay. which is the sigil here. Industrial engineering driven culture with a focus on manufacturing is the square. Okay. Spiritual is the circle. So I kind of look at that as like a Eucharist almost. The flower is poetic. Okay. Industrial is square. Then the borders. Oh, okay. So the colors correspond to the banner and national colors of that specific realm. White, black, red. So just these matter. Okay. Like I think red for the one that's over here that we saw the picture of. Red banners, martial fog. Oh, hey, it's 2 o'clock. So, yeah. That makes... Well, hold on. This is red, for sure. Right? That's red. Martial, for sure, with the fangs. The core, something with an FE. Fog. Okay, so this is fog, maybe. But then, this is for academic, right? Oh, that's for the moats. Did we learn what it meant for there to be... I mean, I thought we learned something about that. Maybe not. Maybe not. I thought that we knew something about that. Because I thought this hatch symbol here mattered, but maybe not. Okay. So we know that now. By studying the core, rays, moats, and border of a sigil, you should now be able to unlock the meaning behind what had previously been an undecipherable enigma. Okay. We got ourselves a lot of that stuff. And I saw in this direction is what we passed, I think, was one of the, like, the sigil room, right? This thing. Okay, what do we, let's look around. We still haven't lost any moves, actually, it seems. So that's nice. Oh, hold on. That's a busted part of a sigil, right? Okay, maybe, maybe not. Oh, this is a chessboard. I thought it was one of those. Oh, my. Oh, my. Okay, well then. So this is very interesting. Okay. So, okay. This is curious. This is very curious. Here's my simple thought. My simple thought is that as we go through the game, we see chess pieces in all these different rooms, right? What if each room, like that this matters for, has a corresponding position, and it's based on where that room is that we put it in, right? So, like, if I were to put, say, like, the parlor here, and it had a pawn in it, I would put the pawn there. So that's one way it could work. Second way, we've seen boards like this in numerous places. So I'm wondering, like, we have the one that says, like, face and ace, right? Face and ace. And the face card was a queen, right? I think this is the queen. So it could be there, right? So that's kind of where we're at with this. There's no... As far... I have no understanding where, like, the answer to this would be. So we just gotta go with that. So we now have information on sigils. But where would we use that information? So let me just double check going back through here, because we have these doors, which we've yet to figure out how to open. You can see that there's even more of these pathways. No items hidden around here, just the book that tells us about sigils. Okay. We got the chess room. You know what? I'm going to take a picture of the chessboard. I'm realizing that might be a good idea. Okay. Chessboard. Okay. Because then I can at least see like the proper layout, remind myself that, okay, if we ever see numbers, lists like that. I think it's going to have to do with the rooms though, which would mean then you have to go in, build your place, and then come out and do this, right? So your moves are going to be limited unless you've really focused on it. But now that we've gotten all 4 of these, which the game knows we do because we came down here, we also have 20 extra moves. So I could see them, they gave us that 20 extra moves specifically so we could do this. I could see that being a thing. We read this. That's just talking about the tunnels and how they're blocked off in certain areas. Okay. Well, shoot. Here we go. Let's go. Okay. So then, you know, let's see. I've already been in an hour and 6 minutes. This might be a super long episode. But I was thinking about it because I told y'all, well, I might waste a day because I got other stuff I got to do, blah, blah, blah. But we started this day with 4 gems and 18 coins. Like, that'd be a rough thing to give up. We're low on moves because we did so much, but it's all good. But then, y'all, once again, we are doing some big, big work. All right, I'm still on the face and ace situation, you know? Okay, well, we could get our floppy disk. You know what? I'm going to grab the coat check. We're not going to go in. We'll see if we get a computer room at some point here. Since we're low on moves, I'm kind of like, you know, ooh, commissary is very good to get. So we passed on these days, sadly. I'm curious if this comes back up again. Like, do we go like 30 days and then it's like next month and it goes back to day 1? Or is it just, nope, you had 2 potential days in the entire history of your thing. With prayer, without the crowbar, commissary will be closed from day 12 to day 16. Sorry for, oh, I didn't realize that. That's why it didn't pop up certain times. Just seeing if there's anything else here. Okay. Huh. All right. What do you got for sale? I could buy it all. I'm sure of it. Well, no, I actually can't. So sledgehammer and shovel are both great. Shovel and compass are great. But I can only get, let's see. I can get the top 3 items and not the sledgehammer, and I think that's a better call. Okay. Salt shaker for moves, compass for progress, shovel for items. Exit. Okay. Monies. Because I was going to lose that stuff anyways if I restarted the run, you know? Oh, we're heading up to the foundation here. Let's go ahead and corridor it. Let's look around. So paintings, we got the stars. And stairs. Stars and stairs. Oh! Stairs minus stars, or stairs without stars, would be an I. The letter I. Face and ace would be the letter F. Hold on. Face and ace. F in that first room. This is stars and stairs, I think. Would be I. Order is going to be a whole other thing, but... So let me look back into this room again. What was it? The praying and the crowbar. Like, that one I don't know. That one I don't know. Because what else would you call it? It's like there's rosary beads. It's praying. Like, it has to be pray, right? I don't know what else you would call that. God and rod? I don't know. We'll have to think about it. Okay. Now we're back in here. Oh, I'm about to sneeze, y'all. Oh, well, we do have some dirt spots. That's nice. very curious about how do we get this thing to fall? You know? I need you to come down just a little bit. I'm very curious about that. An old worthless shoe. How dare you? Well, at least this room is like a guaranteed shovel room, right? I bet it's like, it's always going to have several dig spots. Okay. I think we just continue forward. Love us a secret passage. Love us a hallway for a key. Could play around with green rooms because we have the shovel. And maybe I can get out to the edge and get some of the green rooms I never see. Because this will probably give me the cloister. Oh, dang. Of course, I forgot that even though it's the secret passage, you still need a key. I thought I was going to be able to bypass the key as well. Well, we can get the courtyard. Which will probably have some spots I could dig up. Storeroom has guarantees of items, keys, and things like that, but it's a terminal. So let's do the courtyard. Let's see. Well, I don't have the sledgehammer now, do I? Coin. I can get one for 8 eventually. But for right now, I cannot open that little guy. Alright. Well, is what it is. The kitchen, the boudoir, or the guest bedroom. The kitchen would allow me to move outward. The boudoir gets me stuck in there, but we're gonna do the boudoir. This run doesn't have to go super far. You know, I'd already said, like, we'd already kind of put it all online going to the new spot. So, you know, it's fine. I can maybe still make it around. I just have to get lucky on the room that comes below this one. Okay. Because it needs to go out that way. And with the entrance hall, I could also get it to go that way. But, you know, it's a tricksy one. Where do I want to do it from is the question. I guess I should do it from the entryway. Like, if it's going to be on either side. Oh, look at that. Old tin can. Do those actually show in my inventory? They don't. Oh, there's one more addition that we have outside that we've yet to unlock. Okay. And I can look at images as we go around and see if I can think of more of those letters, you know? Don't have enough to buy the hammer. But I think that that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be like face and ace. You subtract one from the other, and what are you left with, is my guess. Because that's how you get one letter, and that's where it's like, it was looking at the different combinations of words that worked, and there were some that were crossed out and whatnot, so I should look at that again soon. And, well, this is the end of the run. So, with that in mind, yeah, literally the end of the run, we will just grab, we'll grab the locksmith. So, let me pull up those notes. Special key, 1 key, 3 keys. Okay, let me see if I can pull up those notes. Ooh, what's in this one? Bride and bridge, right? Which I had said before, like, that could be it. Hold on, where's my thing? So, bride minus bridge equals G. So far the letters that I figured out are F, I, and G. And so, like, my thing is like, we don't know which ones, like, what the order is, other than maybe it's the order in which I've been putting down these rooms. So, yeah, we'll have to think about that. Otherwise, it's like it's always on the same spot, is my guess. So with 37 moves left, maybe I spend some time doing that. So coat check. Let's look at what was in coat check. Pin and pine, right? Pin and pine, I had said. So let's throw down an E. Gosh, I need to clear myself some space. All right, we're going to get rid of the thing having to do with Lord, Queen, Count, etc. All that information is literally in that room. Okay, so... Gosh. I need to bring my notes over. Okay. Let me clear my notes real quick. Don't need that. 1128 we already got. We don't need the color wheel thing. Okay. I think that was from a different game. Okay, and then there we go. So, to start with, we've got face minus ace equals F. Then the next room that we did had pine minus pin equals E. Okay? So in the next room that we did was, I guess this one, right? Commissary. Now this was the tough one. Oh! Pray and pry. Pray minus pry. Because you pry with that sucker. And I think some places you might call it a pry bar instead of a crowbar. I'm not positive. Okay, then in here, it was stars and stairs. So stairs minus stars. Y'all, I think I'm onto something. And the different there was an I? Yeah, well then now we're in a weird spot because that was F-E-A-I is where we're at right now. But we still move along. Okay, and then no paintings in here, and we didn't draft this one. So then I drafted the secret passage. Oh, I forgot about the secret passage. I can go get a key and I can go through the secret passage. Ha! Let's go buy some keys. Do I have enough to buy a key? At the locksmith. Well, it's only 4 moves. I have so few rooms that it's like I need to... Oh, can I buy one here maybe? No, sledgehammer for 8. Because I think I might be able to buy 1 key. Nah, I need 5. Unless I have... I was like, maybe I have like coupon book or like a discount or something. So we got this. Bridge and bread. Okay. Like, it works too well with so many of them that I can't see how it would be anything else. Okay. So then, the room here, coat and cot. Coat minus cot is an A. So far we have F-E-A-I-A. So maybe it's not in order. Maybe it has to do with position on the board, right? So like, you know, F-E. So then this would be... So then the next one was pray and pry was in here. So that would be A-F-E. So maybe if this one was an S, it'd be like safer or something like that. So we could see that. Then we have, which one was this? This was stairs and stars. So I here, and then the locksmith was the coat and cot. No, secret room is coat and cot. Did I get what the locksmith one was? Was that pine and pin? Well, no, I don't think so, because it would have been the last one that we did, and I think I was waiting to do it until it was the last one. Okay. We did not get a key. We cannot open you, but it was worth a shot. Okay, so then we drafted this room, and there are no paintings. The truck is locked. In here... Once again, I mean, I'm gonna go with stage and sage, you know? minus sage, because that equals T. It's another one where it's one letter. Just looking at all of these. So if this is a T, oh no, we're in the boudoir. So then it would be coat and cost. It would be like AT. So this would be AT, so that could be part of a word. Foundation is nothing, courtyard's nothing, so this row seems to be maybe nothing. Maybe because the foundation's there. Or just the courtyard doesn't have paintings in it. And let me go double check what the... Whoops. What the locksmith was. I'm pretty sure I looked at it. I'm just trying to remember which ones then I haven't looked at. Face and ace. Ah. Oh, this was Bridge and Bride. Oh, I didn't write that down. Oh, okay, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna... That was before I started rewriting my notes. Bridge minus Bride equals G. So if we look on here... So I said that the corridor with stairs and stars would be I and G. Which again, that could make a word. Maybe it's be cool about fire safety. No. Okay. I think though that's all of them. Let's see, because there were none. There's none in here and none in here. So then there should be 7. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So the only other thing, real quick. So this is it for what we're doing on here, but I'm going to pull up the notes from, I want to say it was the first grade room, but I'm not positive. Maybe it was the study. Maybe it was the study. That there was a place where it was the person was trying to figure this out, and they had something on the board. Let's see. Unused pairings, glove and love, sling and sing, crowd and crow. Because it's crow and row. Ground and gown, snack and sack. Okay. So I do think it's going to be, we need to fill out the board. I'm going to need to fill out the board. 44 letters in the message. But the corridor or the foundation, maybe the foundation is always in that one spot. Maybe that's the only spot that the foundation can be. So it's supposed to be a gap in a phrase, maybe. This is very interesting, y'all. This is very interesting. I'm looking at the picture that was back from that the chalkboard, right? And so it would be like, yeah, you put the F here, you put the E, where was Pine and Pin? I think here. Anyway, you know, you put them in the order that they would go on here. So like AFE tells me it's probably like safer or safe or safes or something like that, right? So that's my prediction. And so then next time we put something down in this corner, then I'm going to look for that. Because I think it's if you put a room in there that can have paintings, you will see what the paintings are that correspond to that room. And I can triple check this with any of these rooms the next time we do this. This is huge! Okay. Wow. Meta. Okay, y'all. Wow. Okay, well, that's where we're going to end this run. This was the smallest villa I think I've ever made. I should challenge myself to make a 3-room one. If I get the opportunity, okay? If next time I start, I get a terminal over here, I'm taking it. Then I'm going over here. And if I get a terminal over here, I'm taking it. And then we're going to try and make this one a terminal. Because I think it'd be hilarious to make a 3-room mansion. I think it needs to be done. Technically, it would be 4-room because I guess the foundation will always be there regardless. But, you know, that's the smallest I can get it for now. Okay. Well, y'all, we're going to call that a day. Teeny tiny little home. Maybe the smallest I've ever done. But We did so much. I got to figure out the sigils. I got to figure out the chessboard in the sigil region, right? Which that could correspond to the letters that we're getting here, right? Absolutely could. It's a whole thing. Oh, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The shelter counts. Or the antechamber counts. One of those two. Okay. Just looking at it. Our little Mount Holly humble bungalow. Well, I mean, that's that, y'all. We had a good one. We had a good one today. Lots of meta. Lots of story stuff. Wow, hour and a half long episode. Jeez Louise, your guy here, doing too much. But what stuff happened? Well, y'all, with that, thank you for watching, of course. Like, subscribe, comment down below if you haven't already, because all that stuff helps. All that stuff helps. And I know some of y'all are here every morning. Why don't you click that bell, as a YouTuber might say, who was good at their job. No one has ever said that I am that thing. But most importantly, y'all, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I have been Bryce, and I will see y'all next time, which would be tomorrow.